The Golden Crab, from the Yellow Fairy Book, edited by Andrew Lang, voiced by BrittanyBabbles. Once upon a time, there was a fisherman, his wife, and his 3 children. He fished every morning and sold what he caught to the king, until one day he caught a beautiful golden crab, which he kept for himself and hid in a cupboard. While the wife was cleaning fish, she held up her gown so that her feet were showing, and the crab reproached her for it. She was surprised that he could talk, and placed him on a dish. And when the family had dinner together, the crab asked to be fed too. They did this, and while clearing the table, the man found that the crab's dish was full of gold. This happened every day, and he grew fond of the creature. One day, the crab told the fisherman's wife to go before the king and tell him that he would like his youngest daughter's hand in marriage. The king thought this was ridiculous, but did not deny the proposition altogether, because he thought that the crab could perhaps be a prince in disguise. He told the woman that the crab could have his daughter if he would be able to build a wall around his castle by the next morning, and that it must be covered in all the flowers of the world. The woman relayed this information to the crab, who gave her a golden rod and told her to strike the ground around the palace 3 times. She obeyed him, and the next morning the king saw that his task had been completed. He then told the woman that next the crab must produce a garden in front of the palace with 3 fountains, one that sprayed gold, 1 diamonds, and the last brilliants. The woman again struck the ground 3 times with the rod, and the next morning all the king had asked for was there. He gave his consent for the marriage. The crab then told the fisherman to take the rod and knock on a certain mountain, and that a man would emerge, and the fisherman must ask for a golden garment and queenly robes of gold and gems, along with a golden cushion, all of which must be brought back to the crab. The crab dressed himself in the golden garment and sat upon the cushion during the wedding procession, while his new bride wore the golden robes. When the 2 were alone together, he revealed that he was a prince who had been enchanted to be a crab during the day, a man at night, and an eagle whenever he pleased. For a year, the 2 lived happily together and had a son named Benjamin, and the king and queen grew suspicious of the princess's affection for the crab and thought there must be some secret. The princess was asked if she would rather have another husband, and she declined. But nevertheless, the king set up a tournament for all the best princes in the land, and that she could marry any that pleased her. That night, the princess told the crab of the event, and he gave her the golden rod and instructed her to hit the garden gate, where a man would appear. She must ask him to send golden armor, a steed, and a silver apple to the crab. She did as she was told, and the following evening the prince dressed himself for the tournament. He told her that he would ride by and throw her the silver apple, but she must not reveal that she knows him. During the tournament, she caught the silver apple, and she went to her room with it. Soon, her husband met her there. The king was surprised that she did not care about the princes outside, so he set up another tournament. The princess carried out the crab's next set of directions, which were exactly the same, except that she must get a golden apple, and still she must not reveal his identity. In the evening, the prince threw her the golden apple, and the queen hit the princess in anger that she did not seem to care. Frightened, the princess revealed that it was the crab, and the queen ran into her daughter's room, found the crab shell, and burned it in a fire. The princess cried, and her husband never returned. One day, an old man chased after a dog, which had stolen some bread from him, and found a secret door which held a staircase, which led to a great hall. He hid himself there, and at noon 12 eagles flew in and bathed in a basin of water, turning into handsome young men. They sat at the table and held up their goblets and toasted to their parents, but one of them said, "A health to my dearest lady. Long may she live and well. But a curse on the cruel mother that burnt my golden shell." The princess had fallen ill, and the only thing that consoled her was hearing stories. The old man went to the castle and relayed his own tale, and she went with him back to the underground palace. She recognized her husband when he gave his toast, and after reuniting, he asked her to stay with him for 3 months until his enchantment had worn off. She agreed. The old man relayed the information to her parents, and when the prince was returned to his human form, they went back to them together and lived happily.